So hi guys, I am Khushi Prajapati, a third year MBBS student from HPD Medical College, which is in Mumbai. And my topic is thriving in medical school, supporting mental health and well-being. So before beginning the topic, I would like everyone to quickly put in the chat box which year do you belong to and which stream. Okay, so I think we have majority first years. So let's begin. So we'll start. What I'll be doing is first I'll be telling you the problems which you face, and after that I'll be giving you strategies for the same. So before starting the presentation, I would like to start with defining what mental health exactly means. Now, why do I want you to understand what it means? Is because you need to understand what is normal and what is abnormal. So mental health is a state of well-being in which the individual realizes his or her own abilities. Second point is can cope with the normal stresses of life and then can work productively and fruitfully and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. So any deviation from this can, tell you ki this is not something normal, this is something abnormal, or this is deviation from the normal definition. And there exactly is the point where you need help. So now let's see what does research say. So research says that more than 50% of medical students feel stress. And which are the most common mental health disorders which are faced by medical students? So you can see, wait, just a minute, I'll use a pointer. So you can see depression is the most common. Then there's burnout, problematic alcohol use, stress, low sleep quality, excessive daytime sleepiness, etc., etc. So now let's move forward and understand what are the sources of stresses in medical students. So first we'll begin with academic stresses. First is one of the most obvious key syllabus is very huge. Obviously, it is difficult to complete the whole syllabus. Second is frequency of examination. In first year, it's comparatively relaxed. But example, I'll give last month in September, I gave 13 exams in 1 month. So frequency of examination is definitely going to cause stress. Then is competition with peer group, fear of failure or poor performance in examination. Then we have psychosocial stressors. So basically, a lot of us have come from different backgrounds, not from families who are medical based. So now parental expectations are too high. Mera beta doctor pad raha hai, bahut acha doctor banega, and stuff. So high parental expectations, loneliness, people living in hostels face this a lot. Family problems, people living at home face this a lot. Interpersonal relationships, boyfriends, girlfriends, best friends, all kinds of relationships. Then environmental stresses. So traveling between college and home could be too exhausting. Accommodation away from home, those who live in hostels. Quality of food in mess or home. Then living condition in hostel or home, and then adjusting with roommates or neighbors. So this is, according to research, the most common causes of stress among medical students. One more kind of stress I would like to emphasize upon, this is kind of from my own experience, the stages of exam preparation. So the first stage is, suppose you have a month to go for exam. So the first stage comes in, that stage of denial. Abhi to bahut time hai, pad lungi, 1 mahina hai. Then you move forward, 15 din baki hai, you realize that there's too much syllabus to study. And then you get frustrated. You have to do this, you have to study that, you have to study this subject, that subject, and we get frustrated. So there comes the stage of frustration. Then we come to stage of compromise. Now 1 week is pending. I can't cover the whole syllabus. So now I start compromising. I'll study only the important questions and you'll miss out the remaining part of the syllabus. For this stage of breakdown, so after a point, before 1 or 2 days ago, before exams, you kind of feel very much done with life, done with everything, and you almost have a breakdown. You will cry, you will call your friends ki nahi ho raha hai mujhse, mera to ho gaya hai, kuch nahi hoga, and everything. And then ultimately stage of acceptance, that just a night before exams, I'm closing my book, I'm going to sleep. Sleep is more important. And अब सब राम भरोसे हो गए, पास तो हो गए. So this is something which happens with majority of the medical students. It is most commonly seen. It is, if it does not happen with you, it's okay. It's just something from my experience I'm sharing. And if this happens with you, it's completely okay. It happens to majority of the people. And it's not that you are underperforming, but the task itself is challenging. The syllabus itself is very huge. So it's okay if it's happening with you or you are also feeling these kinds of things. And let me tell you, when you study for exams over the period of 5.5 years, you learn how to deal with exam stresses. This will not only help you in the exam or in medical college, but also this will help you for dealing with stresses of the life. So this is kind of giving you life skills also. So now we have talked about a lot of problems. Now see what is the solution. So before moving to solution, I would like to show you this graph. So this is called Yerkes-Dodson law. So now this will show you how stress affects performance. So green zone is that there's too little stress. So your performance is very poor. Okay, see, it is gradually increasing as the stress increases. Now then you come to yellow zone, which is optimum stress. Here the performance is at peak. This is the peak. So when you have optimum stress, your performance is at peak. Then gradually some people start overthinking, take too much stress. And there comes fatigue and exhaustion into picture. And your performance gradually decreases. And then comes burnout. In burnout, you get anxiety, some of them slip into depression, you have breakdown. So this is just to tell you that you should take stress, but not so much that your performance graph decreases. And this is not something which I have invented. It is a proper law given in psychiatric books. So now let's see the solutions. So first we'll talk about academic solutions for academic stresses. So the first solution is for exams that you better chill out before you burn out. I know exams are really stressing, but when exams schedule, you get the exam schedule, just take a deep breath and relax. Don't exhaust yourselves. Second is group study. So only good thing which happens before exams is group studies. So now what happens is it's too much to study, right? So when you ask your friends to teach you, they teach you in a very concise manner. And these things, this has happened with me that in exams, I can hear my friend's voice saying, ki, okay, nahi, iska answer ye hai, this is this, because they had taught me that just before the exams. So group study, if you don't want to do it like chronically, you can do it just before the exams. Next is one thing each day. In first year, things are comparatively much more relaxed, but as you enter second year, you will have to study second year subjects, third year subjects, and final year subjects. So it becomes too much chaotic and too much messy. So the point here is that do one thing each day. Go slow, go steady, but maintain your consistency. Do things every day. Then is talk. Talk to your friends, seniors, or faculty, or ask for help. I would recommend to talk to your seniors, especially because they are someone who have been in this position before you. And that's very recent. Faculty also you can ask, but it's been a long time since they have given exams, right? So I would recommend you asking seniors for help. If you don't have good seniors, maybe you can ask your friends also that how are you studying? How are you coping up with it? Then is planning. So planning is something which can save you from all these messes. I know planning is difficult. Planning takes a lot of time, but 1 hour of good planning can save you at least 10 hours of unplanned things or messy things. So please plan. It is very much, it takes a lot of efforts to plan, but ultimately it's going to save a lot of time for you. Next, we'll talk about psychosocial stressors. What are the solutions for that? So first solution is that be aware. So when you enter first year, you make a lot of friends. You go to every friend's party. There are big groups happening. And ultimately, later you realize that you don't actually have true friends. So this is what I wanted to mention, that be aware, differentiate between friends and acquaintances. So friends are someone who will show up when you also need support. Acquaintances are those people who will take advantage of you, will take help from you, but never help you. So just be aware, differentiate who actually are your friends, put more efforts in building relationship with your friends rather than your acquaintances. Next is cut down on all those people who make you feel bad. So for example, I would give just an example. When people come to Mumbai, there are people from Mumbai and there are people from different regions of Maharashtra, different places of the country. So Mumbai people, they are very much, they speak English well. They are very studious and very nice. As a ekdam hi-fi hota hai. And the people from other places, for example, there's a region in Maharashtra, Vidarbha, they can't speak English that well because unka exposure nahi hota hai. But so they may feel insecure around these people from Mumbai. So Mumbai, for Mumbaikars, that the point is ki please don't be judgmental. Don't make people feel insecure. And for others, if you're feeling insecure around these people, don't be with them. It's okay. Be around with people who will make you happy, who will bring the best out of in you. Don't be around negative people who will judge you or who will make you feel insecure about yourself. Next is build trust. So build trust in every relationship, be it parent or child, be it friends, be it teacher, anybody, any kind of relation. And how do you build trust? Being honest. Sometimes it happens that there are complicated parent and child relationships, but just being honest with, I think, help you in building trust and ultimately growing your relationships much more in a better way. Next is talk. Again, if you're facing any kind of problems apart from academics, talk to your colleagues. If you think that your colleague cannot help, then talk to your senior. If senior cannot help, talk to any faculty who you trust a lot. Or if you think any one of these people cannot help me, then go to mental health professionals. So all of you are from medical colleges. So you will be having a psychiatric OPD where you will be having psychiatrists as well as counselor, like a psychologist. So you can go to either of them, just talk to them. They will help you out with anything you need. And last is no. Learn to say no and make your yes count. So what do I mean by this is, suppose you have an exam coming up and there's a friend who is inviting you to a party. And if all of your friends are going to a party. So under peer pressure, you will say, okay, I'm also coming. And then you mess up in your exams and then you'll regret it later. So learn to say no, because ultimately it's going to impact you and it's okay. Saying no doesn't mean that you are being rude or you are being ignorant. Saying no means you're prioritizing yourself. You know what your priorities are. So learn to say no and make your yes count. So a lot of people feel कि मेरे हाँ या ना बोलने से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. It doesn't matter actually. You have to make your yes count. मतलब तुम बोलोगे तो उससे फर्क पड़ेगा. You should be able to make your yes count. Next is, again, for the same psychosocial, I have more strategies. So next thing is prioritize. So for this, I would like you guys to be active on chat. So let's take an example that you have a very big bucket. Now you have to fill a lot of things in the bucket. So you have a very big rock, you have small rocks, you have pebbles and sand. So what will you fill first in the bucket? Come on, be active on the chat. What will you fill? एक बहुत बड़ी bucket है and you have big stones, you have small stones, you have pebbles, मतलब एकदम छोटे छोटे पत्थर and sands. So सबसे पहले तुम क्या डालोगे? Okay, Kanishk is saying big things first. Any more answers? Pebbles. Gayatri is saying pebbles first. Okay, so we have a mixed audience here. So I'll tell you. So let's imagine you have a big bucket. You start filling the sand first, सबसे छोटे से. Then you'll fill pebbles. You will fill small stones, and then there's no place for the big rock. You understand what I'm trying to say? So what you should do ideally is fill the big rock first. Then the small stones छोटे छोटे जगह में आ जाएंगे. Then the even smaller stones, the pebbles, they will accommodate, and sand तो कहीं पे भी घुस जाएगा. So what I mean to say by this is that prioritize. Because the things which are urgent and important, you should do that first. Going to a party might not be important, but completing an assignment might be important. So know what your priority is and accordingly plan your schedule. Okay. Next is understand. So understand that people come from different places and mindset. This is for especially for those who live in hostel. So you have roommates who may be from different places. You may not be able to accept their opinions. It's okay. People come from different backgrounds, different upbringings, different mindset. Just understand them. It's okay if you don't like what their opinion is. Just respect their opinion. Don't be like, okay, तू ऐसा सोच रहा है तो तू मेरा दोस्त नहीं है. नहीं, don't be very much judgmental. Be understanding, because this will help you build relationships and sort your hostel life, honestly. Next is self-care. Most important is eat healthy, sleep well, and do what makes you happy. If skincare makes you happy, do that. If dressing up makes you happy, do that. If dancing makes you happy, do that. Take out time for yourself. Otherwise, you will fall into burnout. Next is focus. So in medical college, when you enter, you want to do this, you want to do YouTube, you want to do Instagram, you want to go to parties, you want to study, you want to do everything. So do everything, but focus while doing everything. Remember why you are here. You are here to study. You are here to become a doctor. So always prioritize your studies and then do the things later. Like just prioritize ki aaj main ye karunga, aaj main ye karunga. That's all. Last is environmental stressors. Now for this, we have two kinds. If it's in your control, can be changed. If it's not in your control and cannot be changed. So example in your control is, suppose you don't like Meska food. So you have an option of getting contacts of different dabbawalas around you. And then you may be able to improve the quality of food. And not in your control is, suppose the quality of the hostel rooms. Suppose walls are not good, lighting is not good. So this is not in your control. You can't do anything to do. So what you can do, if it's in your control, mess ka khana acha nahi lagta hai, you know dabba walas, contact them, do it. Your environmental stressor is gone here. If it's not in your control, then accept it. The walls are dirty, it's okay, accept it. Just change your perspective or approach. Apply a wallpaper, apply some lights or leaves. That's it. That's will solve a majority of your environmental stresses probably. Now, one of the most important thing is physical exercise. So according to research, the stress levels are really low in people who exercise regularly. I'm not saying you to go to gym or exercise daily. Just 3-4 times a week is sufficient. These will release good hormones, dopamine will be released, and you will eventually feel good about yourself and your body. So I think physical exercise is something which all of you should include in your schedule. And last but not the least is self-belief comes first. Trust in yourself, have faith in yourself. Kuch bhi problem aaye, be ready to, just challenge it and just be like, "Main to kar lunga ye." That's it from my side. Thank you. You can connect with me on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, or Quora. If you have any questions, please drop it in the chat box.